The Los Angeles Lakers' dream move to sign Nikola Vucevic to pair him with Luka Doncic is looking like a long shot now, and the Dallas Mavericks should be jumping for joy. Earlier this offseason, there were some rumblings that Vucevic's trade market was non-existent with the Chicago Bulls, meaning that he could be a buyout candidate at some point during the regular season for the rest of the league to pounce on. This caused Lakers fans' ears to perk up, as they still need some front-court depth to help out Doncic in his first full season with the team, but it doesn't look like Vucevic will be getting bought out by the Bulls anytime soon. Mavericks fans should be thrilled about the Lakers likely not landing Vucevic next season, as them landing another big man to play with Doncic could propel them way past Dallas. Doncic has always thrived while playing with a solid center, and he and Vucevic playing together would have been an offensive nightmare for opposing teams. Lakers won't even get the chance to steal Nikola Vucevic. In a recent interview with Basket USA, Vucevic made it clear that he believes that he will be in Chicago to start the 2025-26 season, and Bulls GM Mark Eversley even reached out to him to confirm this. A week ago, the interview was done August 4th. The Bulls GM Mark Eversley, who had called me after all the rumors, confirmed that nothing was true and that everything we had discussed after the season still stood, Vucevic said. I already knew that, but it's always nice when your GM calls to tell you. The Bulls clearly aren't looking to buy out Vucevic right now if what Eversley said is true, and this is great news for the Mavericks. Not only will Vucevic likely stay in the Eastern Conference with the Bulls, but him not getting bought out will also keep him away from the Lakers as they try to bounce back after getting destroyed by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs. Dallas and Los Angeles are bound to be fighting for positioning within the Western Conference standings next season as heated rivals, and Vucevic joining Doncic's Lakers could have changed everything for them. Rob Pelinka already added DeAndre Ayton this summer, which was a solid move to give Doncic a rim roller to operate out of the pick and roll with, but Vucevic would have given them a smart, floor-stretching center who can drop 20 points with ease on any given night. Last season for the Bulls, Vucevic averaged 18.5 points, 10.1 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 0.8 steals, and 0.7 blocks per game, while shooting 53% from the field and 40% from downtown. Vucevic was a monster on the offensive end, solidifying himself as one of the better offensive-minded bigs in the East. But even this dominant and efficient season didn't lead the Bulls to gain any traction with him on the trade market. Vucevic's scoring down low, shooting, and rebounding would have made him a major threat for the Lakers, as he would give them a new big who can be an offensive hub when needed, while also being able to knock down open jumpers and protect the rim. Doncic and Vucevic would have been a scary duo for the Mavericks to be forced to deal with, as Dallas currently holds a major frontcourt advantage over the Lakers since they have Derek Lively too, Daniel Gafford, and Anthony Davis all holding down the paint. Vucevic joining the Lakers center room wouldn't make them pass Dallas by any means, but it definitely would have made things more interesting. Even with Jackson Hayes coming back, they're going to need some more bodies down low to compete with Dallas, and Vucevic could have given them that and more. Fear not, Mavericks fans. It sounds like Vucevic is staying with the Bulls for the time being, and Doncic won't be gaining his friend to play alongside him for the Lakers just yet. Vucevic playing for the Lakers would have been frustrating in multiple ways for Mavericks fans, as they have pushed for the team to acquire him in the past, and fans will be hoping that the Bulls keep him to ensure that the West doesn't get any stronger than it already is. If there is one team in the Western Conference that is always right in the mix but has failed to get over the hump in recent years, it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Despite going on a run and making their first Eastern Conference Finals appearance during the shortened 2020-21 season, the Clippers have lost in the first round of the playoffs each of the last 3 years. Steve Ballmer is an active owner in the sense that he is willing to pay any price for his team to win. His state-of-the-art facilities and $2 billion Intuit Dome investment prove such. Unlike other owners who try to dictate all the moves their organization makes, Ballmer has instilled a lot of confidence and trust in his leadership to make championship-defining roster decisions. This offseason, the Clippers have done just that on the trade market and in free agency. While Los Angeles was one of the best defensive teams in the league last season, a staple of Tyronn Lue's teams through the years, the Clippers found themselves struggling to produce on offense at times outside of James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. Between turning the ball over and struggling to find productivity in their front court, it became clear to Ballmer, executive Lawrence Frank, and the front office that it was vital to take big swings this offseason. This was especially true given that Harden declined his player option and Leonard is only under contract for 2 more years. The Clippers understood their 2-year timeline entering the offseason, and that is why this franchise's focus was on adding experience at every position to go all in on pursuing a championship during the 2025-26 season. Although this mindset ended up costing the Clippers key contributors like Norman Powell and Amir Coffey, Ballmer's team drastically improved with the likes of Bradley Beal, Chris Paul, Brook Lopez, and John Collins. Now, when you look at the Clippers roster, there is a lot more firepower than just Harden and Leonard. The Oklahoma City Thunder are coming off a championship and may still be the best team in the league, but the Clippers have made it clear they, too, are a formidable group that isn't to be trifled with. Is this finally the year Los Angeles can be rid of their lackluster past and truly cement themselves as a title contender? Did the Clippers just become West's deepest team? When evaluating the last handful of NBA champions, one common denominator sticks out: depth. This past season, the Thunder ran the table from start to finish as a young team with a very deep rotation of players at every position. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was obviously their catalyst and the league MVP, but Oklahoma City beat teams in more ways than one. As good as some of the starting lineups have been for the NBA's previous champions, depth has always played an enormous role. This is even more true now, given the parity existing across the league and virtually every organization having all-star-like talents. The NBA has evolved into such a talent-rich league, which is why roster depth and skill at every position outweigh how many superstars a team can pair with one another. If you need an example of this, just look at the Phoenix Suns and the little success they found by choosing Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal as a three-headed monster over role players and key contributors. The Clippers recognized their need to spread out skill at every position outside of Harden and Leonard this offseason, which is why the additions Frank and the front office made are vital. As a result of Harden's generosity and taking a slight pay cut, the Clippers were able to sign 3 key contributors in free agency that all bring a unique set of skills to immediately aid the team's championship pursuit. While still having Harden's playmaking and Chris Dunn's defensive tenacity in the backcourt, LA now has Paul's leadership and passing on the bench. Even though Powell is no longer on the roster as the team's third go-to scoring option, he is replaced by a 3-time All-Star and proven scoring weapon in Beal. Whether he starts or comes off the bench, Beal is in a much better situation than he was in Phoenix, since he will play freely and be allowed to make decisions with the ball in his hands next to Harden and Leonard. Outside of Ivica Zubac, who took a major step forward last season, the Clippers have struggled to find consistent production in their front court. Lopez gives the Clippers another key defensive big man who also has the ability to knock down perimeter shots, and Collins' athleticism supplies Los Angeles with an above-the-rim threat they've lacked in pick-and-roll sets. Not to mention, Collins is a terrific slasher off the ball and is also a very underrated rebounder who quietly ranked inside the top 30 in rebounding during the 2024-25 season. In addition to those the Clippers brought in this offseason, all being key veterans who understand their respective roles next to superstar talents, LA still has key factors like Nick Batum, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Derrick Jones Jr. on their bench. Ty Lue finally has a legitimate 10 or 11-man rotation he can consistently count on, and all of these players bring a wealth of experience with them to the table. While they may be older and could be more susceptible to injuries, the Clippers are definitely right there with the Thunder in terms of having the best depth in the Western Conference. Outside of contending at the very top of the standings, the other big question facing the Clippers is whether they have officially killed the little brother title and surpassed the Los Angeles Lakers this offseason. The Los Angeles Lakers have reshaped their roster around Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves, making strong moves to add Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, and Jake LaRavia. But even with those pieces, questions remain about depth and defensive balance. A new 3-team trade proposal could solve that problem, giving the Lakers the versatile supporting cast they've lacked in recent years. Los Angeles Lakers receive Dillon Brooks via Suns, Haywood Highsmith via Nets, Nick Richards via Suns. Phoenix Suns receive Rui Hachimura via Lakers, Dalton Connect via Lakers. 2030 Los Angeles Lakers first-round pick swap. 2031 Los Angeles Lakers first-round pick. Brooklyn Nets receive Maxi Kleber via Lakers. 2026 Phoenix Suns second-round pick. 2032 Los Angeles Lakers second-round pick. Because of trade restrictions, this deal cannot be executed until mid-October. Dillon Brooks was recently dealt and cannot be moved until September 6th, while Haywood Highsmith is ineligible to be traded until October 15th. Once those dates pass, however, there would be no hurdles. The Lakers get the depth they need. For the Lakers, this trade is all about depth. Brooks brings defensive edge and playoff toughness, giving Los Angeles another wingstopper to throw at elite scorers. His reputation as a pest overshadows the fact that he quietly had one of the most efficient shooting seasons of his career, knocking down nearly 40% of his threes last year with the Rockets. On a team already with Smart, adding Brooks would make the Lakers one of the most intimidating defensive teams in the league. Highsmith and Richards address another concern: reliable frontcourt depth. Highsmith has proven capable of filling minutes at the 4 or even small ball 5, while Richards gives Los Angeles another true center behind Ayton and Jackson Hayes. Both players are on expiring contracts, which also aligns with the Lakers' long-term cap strategy. Only Brooks would remain on the books beyond 2026, and even he could be moved if necessary. Brooks averaged 14.0 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 1.7 assists last season, shooting 42.9% from the field and 39.7% from deep. He will make $21.1 million next season, his third year of a 4-year, $86 million contract. Highsmith contributed 6.5 points and 3.4 rebounds per game, while hitting 38.2% from 3. Richards averaged 9.3 points and 8.2 rebounds as a dependable big man who can run the floor. Together, they would give Los Angeles the kind of depth that has been missing since their 2020 championship run.